Princeton virtue signal backfires. You see, recently, Princeton University released an open letter saying that systemic racism was embedded in the very structures of the university itself. It was definitely a case of woke leftist academics trying to virtue signal about how virtuous they are. Look, I called the system bigoted. You should pat me on the back. However, what these people did not realize is that it's actually illegal to be discriminatory. So Trump used this in an epic 4D chess move to beat the woke left at its own game. Oh yes, here on Twitter, the president of Princeton virtue signals in an open letter. Quote, "Racist assumptions are embedded in the structures of the university itself." Trump's education department replies, "Oh, well, you swore on several government forms that it's not, so this is fraud." Yes, my friends, Princeton University is now under investigation by the United States Department of Education. Now, clearly, I don't think Princeton is actually systemically racist. I do, however, let me clarify. I do believe that many universities are very discriminatory. For example, whites and Asians have been discriminated against by higher education in this country and the West, in that if you're white or Asian, you have a much harder time getting into college. If you're minority, however, they have affirmative action, they let you in with lower test scores, and, clearly it's discrimination. But that's not what they mean. They're trying to say that, oh my gosh, Princeton has a history of bigotry towards the poor minorities. That's what they mean. But either way, this is a violation. Congratulations, you just played yourself. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to talk about Princeton's epic fail and how virtue signaling came around to bite them in the butt. Here you can see on Politico, Education Department investigates Princeton for admitting systemic racism on campus. Education Department officials will be examining whether the university's admitted racism means that the school made false claims when it said that it doesn't discriminate on race. See, that's the funny thing about higher education these days. Most of these universities discriminate. There's a famous story about an Indian man who was trying to get into college, or I think it was like medical school or something, and none of the universities would let him in because he was the wrong skin color. So what he decided to do was change his name to a black-sounding name and tan his skin. He pretended to be black, and what do you know? Every single school that he applied to let him in. Nothing changed. His scores were the same, his grades were the same, his qualifications were all the same. And yet, as a black man, quote unquote, he was able to get into these schools. These schools discriminate based on skin color. So honestly, all universities should lose their federal funding, in my opinion. Affirmative action is bigotry and discrimination. Now we're going to talk about this and how, this is hilarious. Not only is this a massive 4D chess move by the President of the United States, it's also an epic failure for woke academia. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications so that you can get updates on more content. And if you like this video and enjoy what I do, please share this video. It's the best way you can help the channel and help inform the normies of what's really going on. And now, a quick word from our sponsor.
Howdy, partner. The Brave browser protects your privacy and gets you back in the saddle, making it safe to surf the web again, ad-free. Even Vladimir Putin probably uses it. If you do choose to see ads, you get paid for your attention in cryptocurrency. If you're still using YouTube on Google Chrome, then my pet horse is laughing at you. Don't let the stallions of Silicon Valley spy on you and mount you like a prize pony. Download Brave by clicking on the link down below.
And we're back, so let's just jump right into this, folks. The Trump administration has opened an investigation into Princeton University over the school's president's recent statement that students there face systemic racism, and that this racism is embedded in the structures of the university. Education Department officials notified Princeton this week that they are examining whether the university's admitted racism means that it has made materially false statements when it for years assured the public and federal government that it doesn't actually discriminate based on race. Like, this is so amazing. This isn't even 4D chess in the end. What it really is holding leftists to their own rules, making them play by their own playbook. You know, these woke leftists are always making the claim that they don't discriminate, that they aren't racist, that they're virtuous, and yet here they are admitting, or at least claiming, that the very system itself is racist, trying to virtue signal and be woke. And now Trump is like, oh really? I thought you said you don't discriminate. Boom! We're gonna investigate you and you're gonna lose your money. Now here's the funny part. The Trump administration is going to focus on whether Princeton ran afoul of the Higher Education Act's prohibition on federally funded colleges making a substantial misrepresentation about their educational programs. So they're screwed, folks. They're absolutely in trouble. See, and this is the problem about virtue signaling. There's a lot of these woke, and a lot of them are white, these woke white leftists who say things like, well, you know, the system is racist, so we have to abolish the system. Am I right, man? You know, for likes and clicks and basically for social praise. That's the whole point of virtue signaling. It's kind of like being rich and throwing money in like a donation bin to show off, right? It's not about actually helping the poor. It's about looking good to your audience. Now here's the wonderful part. As usual, the woke left doubles down. Princeton spokesperson Ben Sheng, yeah, Lord forbid it's Ben Sheng, said in a statement that the university, quote, stands by our statements about the prevalence of systemic racism and our commitment to reckon with its continued effects, the racial injustice and race-based inequalities that persist throughout American society. Citation needed. You know, one of the things that is amazing about the left, especially the woke left, is that they can never actually name what these things are. They'll say things like there are racial injustices in society, but when you ask them, they don't actually have an answer. And I love how they try to turn this into a positive, yes, we're trying to stop the bigotry. Ha ha ha. So in other news, and the article itself actually mentions this, President Donald Trump is committing to creating a new presidential commission to promote patriotic education. So you may have heard of, you know, look, we're talking about universities. And for a long time now, universities have been indoctrination centers, brainwashing the youth and filling their heads with wokeism, leftism, and Marxist ideology. Essentially, they've been teaching that white people bad, Marxism good, and other insane things. They've been brainwashing people with critical race theory and other toxic ideologies. But no more. Here on the Daily Mail, Donald Trump calls the 1619 Project toxic propaganda and claims that the left-wing school indoctrination caused rioting. He's right. As he unveils the 1776 Commission for Patriotic Curriculum. So you know what, my friends, that's pretty much the story. Princeton University gets destroyed in an epic 4D chess move by Donald J. Trump. Yeah, if you're gonna go around saying that everything is racist, don't be surprised when the government calls you out. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. Let me know how you feel about this story by replying down below in the comment section. There's nothing funnier than woke Twitter absolutely losing their minds. Jerry Shalit says, demonstrating that literally everything is corrupt in the Trump administration. And this guy is literally a mathematician and computer scientist. Those who respond with, okay boomer, get blocked. Okay boomer. Oh man, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's segment. You can support the channel by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. Joining will give you access to a private Discord server. If you want to donate, you can visit my donor box page or send me crypto. Greg D says, wait, my words were only meant to boost my social standing at no cost to my office's budget. You weren't supposed to take them literally. And why not visit my merch store or one of my sponsors? I'm sure you'll find a product that you love. Anyhow, please share this video. It's one of the best things you can do for this channel in these dark times. And sit back, relax, and enjoy the clown show. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.